Imagine this scene. You're at work, or maybe stuck in traffic on your way home. It's been a long day, but the real weight doesn't come from the meetings or the commute. The real weight starts to settle in your chest as you turn onto your street, that tightness in your stomach, your breath getting shorter. You park the car, you look at the living room window. The light is on, and for a second, you hesitate before turning the key in the lock. You do a quick mental scan. Did I forget to buy something she asked for? Did I leave something out of place this morning? What kind of mood will she be? In today? If this constant vigilance, this fear of walking on eggshells inside the place that should be your sanctuary, is your daily routine, you aren't just living through a difficult marriage. You are living under an emotional totalitarian regime. Often, the figure of the narcissistic woman is misunderstood. Society tends to give her the benefit of the doubt, labeling her controlling behavior as concern, her emotional outbursts as sensitivity, or her manipulation as maternal instinct. But those who live within those four walls know the reality is much colder and more calculated. In this video, we are going to decode what actually happens when the person sleeping next to you possesses pathological narcissistic traits. We're not talking about a wife who complains about a wet towel. We're talking about a systematic pattern of deconstructing your identity. We're going to dive into the 10 undeniable signs of a wife with narcissistic traits, so you can stop questioning your sanity and start understanding the game being played against you. My name is Lauren Mitchell. My purpose with this channel is to show you that the problem was never you, and more importantly, that you are not alone. If this video resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. I'm counting on your support. Let's start at the surface, with things that seem normal or just couple stuff, but hide the first layer of domination. Sign number 1, the constant audit. Do you feel like you never truly own your own home? In a healthy dynamic, the home is a shared space of comfort. With a narcissistic wife, the home is her stage, and you are just a clumsy stagehand who is always getting in the way of the show. Observe how she handles order and organization. It's not just about cleanliness, it's about territorial control. If you put a glass in the sink, it's wrong. If you fold the laundry, you folded it the wrong way. If you try to help, she criticizes your inefficiency and says, "Let me do it. You can't do anything right." The goal of this behavior isn't to have a clean house. The goal is to make you feel inadequate, useless, and infantilized. She creates impossible standards to meet so that she can permanently remain in the position of the dissatisfied senior manager, while you are the incompetent intern. This undermines your self-confidence in the most basic ways, creating a subtle dependency. You stop doing things out of fear of criticism, and then she uses your inactivity to attack you, claiming she carries the whole world on her shoulders alone. Sign number 2, intimacy as a weapon, physical and emotional. Intimacy, in a marriage with narcissistic traits, stops being an expression of love and connection and becomes a bargaining chip, a tool for leverage. Notice the pattern. Intimacy is excessive and intense when she wants something, the love-bombing phase, or when she feels you are pulling away. But most of the time, affection is withdrawn as a form of punishment. If you didn't agree with her during a trivial argument on Tuesday, the ice-cold shoulder lasts until the weekend. She uses access to her body and affection like a leash. You learn, through conditioning, that to receive even a shred of affection, you must obey, agree, and give in. And it's not just about sex, it's about vulnerability. If you share a fear, an insecurity, or a problem at work, she doesn't comfort you. Worse, she archives that information. Months later, in the middle of a fight, she will use that exact insecurity against you, hitting you where it hurts most. The message is clear: don't show weakness around me, or I will use it to destroy you. Sign number 3, outsourcing blame. In a healthy marriage, when there's a problem, both people look at the problem. With a narcissistic wife, when there's a problem, she looks at you. She is allergic to responsibility. If she forgot to pay a bill, it's your fault because you stressed her out this morning. If she crashed the car, it's your fault because you called her at the wrong time. If she was rude to your mother, it's because you didn't defend her. This pathological inability to say, "I messed up, I'm sorry," is one of the most prominent traits. The narcissistic psyche is too fragile to handle the shame of a mistake. So, she projects. She vomits her shame onto you. You become the universal scapegoat of the house. Over time, you start You, apologizing for things you didn't do, just to keep the peace. You take the blame so the conflict will end. And in that moment, she has won. She rewrote reality, and you signed off on it. Now let's go deeper. Let's look at the psychological manipulation that makes you doubt your own memory and perception. Sign number 4, the public facade. This is one of the signs that causes the most distress for the victim. Inside the house, she is cold, critical, dismissive, and sometimes cruel. But the moment you step outside, or when guests arrive, an instantaneous metamorphosis occurs. She becomes the perfect wife, friendly, smiling, attentive, the life of the party. She praises you in public, sometimes with a hint of sarcasm disguised as a joke. She is the mother of the year, the helpful neighbor. You watch this in disbelief. Who is this woman? Why don't I get this version of her? This makes you question your reality. Maybe I'm the problem? Everyone thinks she's wonderful. I'm the only one who sees this dark side. I must be the crazy one. This discrepancy isn't accidental. The public image is her supply. She needs external adoration and validation. You, who are already won, over and trapped in the cycle, no longer offer the challenge of the chase, so you only get the leftovers, the emotional discard. Furthermore, this facade serves as protection. If you try to tell anyone what's happening at home, no one will believe you. Her? She's so sweet. You must be exaggerating. Sign number 5, spousal gaslighting. You clearly remember something she said. You argue about it. She looks you in the eye with unshakable conviction and says, "I never said that. You're making things up. You're losing your mind." Or the reverse. She swears you agreed to something that you are absolutely certain was never discussed. This is gaslighting, the rewriting of history in real time. The goal is to erode your confidence in your own memory and perception. Over time, you stop trusting your brain and start trusting her reality. You begin to think, my memory must really be going. She also distorts your intentions. If you bring flowers, she asks what you did wrong. If you want to talk about the relationship, she says you're being dramatic or too sensitive. She invalidates your emotions and rewrites the facts until you no longer know what is true. Sign number 6, pathological competition. In a real partnership, your success is her success. Your growth is celebrated. With a narcissistic wife, your success is a threat. It's a reminder that you can be independent, or that you might shine brighter than she does. Observe her reaction when you get a promotion, a compliment, or achieve something significant. There's a fake smile, a congratulations immediately followed by a, but now you're going to have less time for the family, right? She needs to diminish your achievement. She needs to pop your balloon. Or she quickly shifts the focus back to herself. It's great you got promoted, because my day was horrible. She cannot stand the focus being off her for too long. If you're sick, she's sicker. If you're tired, she's exhausted. It's a competition of suffering or greatness, where you are destined to lose every time. Now we reach the cruelest aspects, those that leave deep scars and often involve third parties. Sign number 7, triangulation with the children. This is perhaps the most painful sign. She doesn't see children as independent individuals, but as extensions of herself and tools for power. She uses the children to triangulate the relationship with you. She whispers with them, creating little secrets where we understand, but daddy is mean, angry, doesn't get it. She subtly undermines your authority. When you try to set boundaries or discipline, she intervenes as the savior, the nice mom, making you look like the tyrannical villain. She seeks the exclusive loyalty of the children. If they show love or admiration for you, she feels jealous and tries to sabotage that bond, perhaps by reminding the children of one of your mistakes, or playing the victim so the children feel sorry for her and angry at you. The goal is to isolate you within your own family, leaving you on the emotional periphery while she reigns at the center. Sign number 8, chaos on special occasions. Think back to recent Christmases, birthdays, holidays, or vacations. How many of them were ruined by a sudden crisis, a mysterious illness, an outburst of anger, or a punitive silent treatment from her? Narcissists hate it when the attention isn't on them or when someone else's happiness is the focus. Special occasions create a pressure of mandatory happiness that they can't stand, or they take the spotlight off them, like on your birthday. She will manufacture a conflict minutes before leaving for a party. She will criticize the gift you gave her. She will spend Christmas dinner sulking, making everyone around her tense, asking, "What's wrong?" thus ensuring the attention returns to her. You learn to dread holidays because you know they are, invariably, a prelude to disaster. Sign number 9, surgical isolation. It's not that she explicitly forbids you from seeing your friends and family. Modern narcissists are more subtle. She makes the process of seeing your loved ones so painful and costly that you eventually give up out of exhaustion. Whenever you go to visit your family, she starts a fight before or after. She criticizes your mother, your siblings, your friends. She says they don't respect you, that they talk behind your back, planting the seeds of discord. Over time, the emotional cost of going out with your friends becomes so high that you prefer to stay home. It's not worth the fight, you think. And so, bit by bit, your world shrinks until it only fits her. And the more isolated you are, the easier it is for her to control your reality, because you no longer have anyone to tell. Hey, this isn't normal. Sign number 10, the deconstruction of identity. The final sign is internal. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do you recognize the person you see? The strongest sign of being married to a narcissist isn't just what she does, but who you have become. You used to be cheerful, confident, decisive. Now, you are an anxious shadow, always apologizing, always doubting, always tired. You feel like you've lost your voice. Your hobbies have vanished. Your opinions have been silenced. You live to manage her moods, to predict catastrophes, to put out fires she starts. This erosion of the self is the ultimate goal of narcissistic abuse. They don't want a partner. They want a mirror, a punching bag, and a servant, all in one. If you feel like you are disappearing, that is the biggest red flag of all. If you recognized yourself in most of these signs, I need you to take a deep breath right now. That heavy feeling you're experiencing isn't just sadness. It's the validation of reality. For years, you may have thought the problem was your lack of patience, your personality, or that if you just tried a little harder, she would go back to being the woman you fell in love with. The turning point happens when you understand that this behavior is not a reaction to what you do. It's not about you. It's about her personality structure. It is a bottomless pit that no amount of love, money, patience, or submission from you will ever be able to fill. Understanding that you are dealing with narcissistic traits isn't a clinical diagnosis you throw in her face. That would only cause more war. It is a tool for you. It is your permission to stop absorbing the guilt. It is your permission to protect your mind. It is the clarity that you are not crazy. You are under emotional abuse. The path to recovery begins with this clarity. It starts when you stop trying to change her narrative and start reclaiming your own story. You are not a supporting character in someone else's life. You are the protagonist of your own. And now that you know the name of the game, you can decide if you want to keep playing. Feel free to leave your story, your vent, or even a suggestion for a future video topic in the comments below. Access the link in the description to check out my ebook and the benefits of being a member of this channel. Click the suggested video on the screen to stay with me, and remember, you are light. Never forget to shine.